Hello and welcome to today's video. Today, something very cool. We're actually talking about players joining teams. So, it's about Seoul Dynasty. I figured I wear my hat forward. Normally I wear it backwards. That's not really the point. So, Fissure from the Los Angeles Gladiators is joining Seoul Dynasty. So, basically, I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, it's a improvement for the team from before. At their main tank, Fissure obviously was really good for the London Spitfire in the first, stage or 2 stages? And then they had 2 really good tanks. So, obviously went to the Los Angeles Gladiators for the second half of the season. Carried them into the playoffs. Honestly, if he wasn't there, I don't think that the Gladiators would have made the playoffs. But, either way, he carried them there. And then they didn't play him in the playoffs, which obviously was a mistake. I feel they played iRemix, who just isn't as good as Fissure, obviously. So he was obviously second. Actually, it says here that he was second most votes for MVP behind Jonak. So obviously, he's a really good player. But a lot of the issues was, I wasn't say here in the article. Somebody, Slasher or whatever, on Twitter, some guy that, I don't know, I've seen some of his things. He's kind of, sometimes he can be annoying, sometimes he's not. But his tweet here, obviously this is from July, saying that he's unhappy on the Gladiators since joining, and that he wasn't really committed to practicing with them in the playoffs. That's why they benched him. Now, he obviously said that wasn't why. But his thing was he wanted to be on an all-Korean team. Obviously, being a player from the London Spitfire, where they were all Korean speaking, I'm sure he wanted to do that and have to deal with being on teams where you have to talk in multiple different languages. I assume it is difficult. Obviously, talking in different languages is hard. So I'm sure in Overwatch, when everything has to be so quick, it's very hard when some of the players speak English, some of them speak Korean. I don't know any of the other languages some of the players speak in the teams. I know for Philadelphia Fusion, they have 9 different countries the players are from. So they have a lot going on there. But obviously for the others, I'm not really sure. I know they have English and Korean players. But, it's probably just hard. Especially, I don't know how much English Fissure would know. But I know they have one player on the team that would translate for him. So I think it's kind of hard probably in the situation. So he's probably I don't want to deal with that. He's I just want to be able to communicate. Because obviously communication's important in Overwatch. So that was part of his thing. Now, there's a picture here of what he explained about it. Obviously he said that it wasn't why he didn't want to be with the team, but the guy here tweeted saying he wanted to be in a different team, where Fissure obviously said that he wanted to be on a team with a unified language, where they either all spoke Korean or all English, and not necessarily doing between both. So yeah, the thing was really just about getting him to be on a team where they all speak one language. That's sort of his thing. But obviously it wasn't going to work to have the whole team speak Korean. So, he really did want to go on I don't really know if it's necessarily he wanted to go on a different team, but there were talks about, how he played because the meta was for iRemix. I'm not really sure what to make of that. I don't really care. It's just, I feel like it's beneficial to him to be on a team that does speak all one language like he wants. So, let's see. So where was the other articles, though? So, more about him joining Seoul Dynasty. So it says Fissure began season 1 of Overwatch League with Los Angeles Gladiators. And then he got the second highest MVP votes. He's on the Pacific team for the All-Star game, which is this weekend. And it really just talks about here how Seoul Dynasty had some struggles with Miro and Kuki both playing the main tank, or playing the tank line. And obviously it's definitely a issue. The tanks were really the main issue for Seoul Dynasty. They had good healers. And I think they had good DPS, obviously. Flood is really good. Munchin is pretty good with the Tracer. And then they had Ray Hung, and I know they played Gambler. I forget who else they played for the healers. But it's really the tanks were an issue. And I know part of the season they had Ray Hung play Winston. So Seoul Dynasty getting Fissure is definitely a big help. It says here that Fissure said, this is his exact quote, "I've been playing for Seoul Dynasty for a long time. I'm very excited to wear the Seoul Dynasty uniform. I'm doing my in-game to play for the fans." And it also says, "I'd also like to express my gratitude to the players and management, Team Los Angeles Gladiators, or LA Gladiators, who supported my decision. Don't forget the memorable moments I had last season as part of the LA Gladiators." So, apparently he will be representing Seoul Dynasty during the All-Star game, because apparently the things already changed. It's sort of weird. So, I guess... okay. So, I guess sort of the thing is that you can make trades because the roster and the season's still happening. I was definitely surprised when I seen that. What one of these is the off-season? This one's about Brigida. I have so many Overwatch League things bookmarked, and they all just marked as Overwatch League. So, nope. Alright, there's 4 of them at the bottom, and I clicked on 2, which are both been the wrong ones. There we go. So you want to build a new roster. That's what I want to see. Alright, so August 1st is the signing window for teams to negotiate contract extensions with current players, sign players their affiliated contenders team, or from their team. They can also make, so they can start making trades. Okay, I was confused. So since August 1st, trades have been able to be made. Obviously, this is the first big one. I don't really know if there's been any other trades. And then September 9th is when the season officially is over. So basically, if they don't have a contract by then, they're free agents. So this trade obviously happened on, what is it, the 20th. So, yeah. So that's kind of cool. I think that it's going to be a great addition to the team. I'm not really sure about the whole drama between whatever he wanted to be on. But let's read the article from the Los Angeles Gladiators website. So, it says the Los Angeles Gladiators made their first roster change offseason, transferring Fissure to Seoul Dynasty. Financial terms were not disclosed. So, I'm sure Seoul Dynasty paid in the trade. That's what happens in lots of trades in Overwatch League, it seems. Because I know that the Gladiators paid to get Fissure in the trade. They didn't trade a player. So, if they don't trade a player, they just trade money. So, obviously, we don't know how much money they traded to get Fissure, but I'm sure it's a lot. Because he's really good. This is Fissure helped lead the team to many victories, improving from 8th place finish in Stage 1 to 1st place finish in Stage 4. It says, this is from the director of esports for Los Angeles Gladiators, or the group that owns them. And it says, he brought a lot to the team. We're thankful for what he's accomplished here. We have something. Acquested. Either way, it's ACQUIESCED. Yeah, but it says his wish to be part of all-Korean roster, where he can find with the Dynasty. So basically, they traded him to Seoul Dynasty so he could be with an all-Korean team. And then obviously his quotes that we said, but It says, I'm excited to be part of Seoul Dynasty. Can't wait to get started. Our goal is to win, get fans memorable moments, season ahead. Definitely a good addition to Seoul Dynasty. That's really the main point here. I was very happy when I seen the notification on my phone saying that. Well, I always have it on just for Seoul Dynasty when they like post something, just because I do. And then I'd seen it was Fissure, so I went on Twitter, and their tweet said, "Announcement time. Please help in welcoming the most handsomest tank in OWL, or hashtag OWL 2018, Fissure, to Seoul Dynasty fam." So, that's very cool that he has joined Seoul Dynasty. I'm very excited. After being, the team that definitely was expected to win, and obviously didn't have the results in season 1 that you'd expect. I think that's very... Wait, what is this? Yes. Yes. This is great. This is great. I don't know if this will show up on the thing. It does. Yes, look at that. Oh, man. But definitely a good addition to Seoul Dynasty, and I'm very excited to see, what happens in season 2. I'm sure they have to make more changes. If there's other teams that have big announcements of players going to other teams, of course we'll make videos about it here for the off season. I was very excited to make this one. Obviously involving Seoul Dynasty, but any major changes to teams, I will try to be on for you guys. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not really sure what other teams will make big changes, because this obviously is the most unsurprising, I guess you could say. Obviously talks that you want to be on Seoul Dynasty, so I'm not really sure if it's a surprise, but it's cool either way to talk about. Oh yeah, we'll see other teams, and obviously coming up later, coming up towards the end of the week, we'll be talking about the All-Star game and the All-Star weekend, because that's all we do on the channel is talk about Overwatch esports, which is not where I expected my channel to be in 2018. But yeah, either way, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.